worrying about it, right? So we're gonna go from this side. You're gonna tell me your name and then one of the things like you're worried about. It could be anything. Like you could be worried about one of the class. You can tell me like what homework you're worried about. Anything just you're worried about right now. Like when I say worry, one thing comes to your mind.
So my name's Iman. One thing that I'm worried about right now is probably most likely school related. So
Yes. Is there like a particular subject you're worried about?
For me, biology is really hard.
Okay.
Like I'm less of a conceptual person and more of like an analytical person.
Mm-hmm.
So something like bio, where you have to do a lot of memorization, has been recently stressing me out.
Right.
So, yeah.
No, makes sense. Because when it comes to me, I'm more like I can do the memorizing done, but when it comes to like doing things like putting things into place, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do. But is there like a class that you were like worried about? Is it bio? Like any of you guys are taking the class maybe?
Yeah, so currently I'm taking bio 203.
Anybody else is taking 203?
Yeah.
Okay, see, a lot of people are in the same boat as you, yeah.
Like, I just think it's a lot of material. Because they just cram so much information in one lecture.
Right. Then you have to just retain all of it.
Yeah.
By like next week or like before the class.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do.
Yes. So all of us have like some subject, right? So we're gonna move on. What's your name and what is the one thing you're worried about?
My name is Naziha. And the one thing I'm actually worried about right now is securing a job after graduation.
Okay.
I think my worries is more so if I'm doing the right thing to secure the job rather than actually getting the job itself. So.
Right. Makes sense. Because when you're in the process, you're like, am I putting in the right thing in, right foot in? Yes.
And
No.
it's like the interviews and then, preparing for the interviews and prepping your resume. It's very stressful.
Yeah.
Sometimes half the times I'm thinking, is this even worth going through?
Right. No, all of us like, we're in like, undergrad, but what is the next step when you like graduate? That's like a big, like you're out in the world, but then what do you do? Like what?
With that.
Right. Okay. That's all of our words are very like big to us, right? Like when you think about it, it's like, oh, it doesn't seem like, because for us, like we're undergrad, we might not relate to you, but at the same time, it's like, it's bigger to you. For us, it's like, oh, our classes and everything, but yeah. All right, what's your name and what is the...
My name is Anna, and this may sound a little silly, but I injured my knee yesterday, and I'm stressed out about how I'm gonna get my steps into.
I know. Did you go to the doctors or like? Okay. Did they give you like any medication or any? Okay. But like, are you able to walk properly? Good.
I can't bend my knee like that
Okay.
much. Like, I can't really do like, you sit down for such that, like even that stuff.
So you sit down for now, or like do you sit down and
I
pray?
can sit down slowly.
Okay. And then did they give you like time wise, like how long it's gonna take for
I'm
you?
gonna go tomorrow.
Okay. All right, yeah, no, like it's just when we think about like our like study wise, but like also health wise too. Like you might just like get sick, and like one of my coworker, I work in the parking services. She like called off today because she was sick, right? Like everybody gets like a lot of things that can go wrong. So that thing, inshallah, gets well, inshallah. Okay, what's your name? I know already your name, but like what is one of the things like you're worried about?
So I'm Faria, and out of all the things I'm worried about, I'll just say, there's this medication, like, because I dorm, and I'm almost out of medication, and I don't want to go all the way back to my hometown, which is like 3 hours away, to go get it. So I've been like calling my pharmacy like crazy, like, oh, when's my medication coming in? Because I really need to take it. I take it weekly.
Is there like a way for you to like get it here, like deliver it here? Is there?
It has to be through my provider back home though, because she's the one who holds it. But yeah.
No, that's yeah. See, like when you think about like worries, it's a lot of things. Like all of our worries are so different than each other. But yeah, like inshallah it gets here soon. Inshallah. Are you gonna go back or are you gonna like bring it here?
Well, my parents they're dropping off a bunch of things this weekend, but like the medication won't come back in time, and I feel bad for like asking them to come
Right.
over.
3 hours. Is it like a drive 3 hours or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus Long Island traffic.
Right.
So I just keep thinking maybe I should just skip a few doses.
No, inshallah they get here in time. Are they gonna come in the weekend or in the weekend?
No, but they have to go to my home address.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know if they can bring it here.
Yeah, but like your parents are coming in to give you, right, like the medication?
Yeah, they can do that, but it's not gonna come by
Oh,
tomorrow, by
right.
Friday.
Oh, so they have to do it if they come. It's gonna be like the next week or
By
something.
the end of the
Yeah.
month.
Yeah. But inshallah, like, we're gonna come into, that's why, like, when all of this worries, we're gonna come into why Al Muhaymin, like, makes sense, right? So, all right. So, what's your name and what's the worry?
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Farina. I think I'm worried about my orgo exam next week.
Okay. Anybody else
Yeah.
taking orgo?
Yeah.
There's 1, 2. Okay. Okay.
We all have it together. I think we're all pretty stressed
Yeah, you
right
guys can
now.
just, like, make a group chat. Yeah. But yeah, like, exams are just, like, yeah, it's gonna come in. It's eventually gonna come in, right? Yeah, true. But inshallah, like, all of us this semester, inshallah, we get to do really good on this exams, like all the exams that we have. All right, I'm gonna move on. You can just say your name and what's the worry you have.
My name is Noor. I have a chemistry exam next week, also now we're
Next week. Anybody else taking chemistry? Oh my gosh, chemistry is just really hard subject. Like, I props to you. Like, I'm for my major, I don't have to take chemistry, but it's like, I know I've taken chemistry in like my high school year, and I'm like, yeah. But it's really hard because a lot of, like, you have to just add in a lot of things, and yeah. Do you guys have to do like lab wise, or like is it like a written exam?
I have a lab every other week, so I haven't had to do anything yet for it. I'm fine with like the memorizing part of it, but like the formulas and stuff, all the different things we have to know are really overwhelming.
Right. It gets like, yeah. Inshallah, like it's gonna, inshallah. All right. So, what's your name and what is the worry you have?
My name is Isha. Assalamualaikum. My worry right now is just I'm like second guessing my major and my future career, because like I feel like as you get older, like you realize like what you want from in life changes. So like inshallah I want to have like kids in the future, but I'm just like considering if my future job even has the like flexibility for me to be,
Right. No, it's a big like worry, and I remember when I used to be in high school, I used to love physics so much, and I was like, this is gonna be my major. I never thought of anything else. I told my mom, like, I'm gonna be a physicist. I don't want anything else. But look at me here in university studying psychology. So yeah, like we have change in mind. But at the end of the day, like when we're gonna come into the name, and we're gonna see that at the end of the day, whatever Allah SWT has for you, it's always the best thing for you. You can never, like when you go at the end of your journey, when you look back, you're like, this is the way, like it couldn't have been any other way, right? But like I feel like it's like a really crucial part. And you're a freshman, correct? So like but the fact that you're already thinking about it as a freshman, I think it's a good, like you're already thinking. Let's say you're junior or you're like at the middle of your sophomore year, now then you think that you're like, wait a minute, I have to change it. It could have been a lot of like, the process would have been very hard, right? But the fact that you're already thinking about it, it's a good thing. Inshallah, like it gets solved out, and yeah, inshallah.
What are you currently studying?
Health science.
and I was like thinking like going like pre-dental, but like I'm like looking it up, and it's just like a lot of like commitment. So I'm like, maybe I should do a job that's less, that, but it's also in the healthcare field. So it's like
It's a lot, yeah. But both of them, it's like you have to study like pre-med. Yes. All right, yeah. So basically, we're like talking about one of us mother's name, Al Muhaymin. But we're gonna like basically what we're doing is we're running around the room and we're like asking people what their worries are. So you just shared yours, and I'm gonna move on to the next person. What's your name and what's the worry that you have?
Assalamualaikum, my name is Fatima. My worry is actually pretty similar to yours. It's basically like all my life I've never really had like a dream career or anything like that. Like everyone kind of seems to have like something that they want to do or something like
Right.
that. So I'm kind of coming into college like blind in a way.
Right.
And I'm in the same predicament. Like I want to do something health related, but I don't really want to go into like pre-med. And so my parents are very like adamant on me becoming a doctor.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out like, what track I want to go on and like how I'm gonna work that out with my
Right.
parents.
And do you have like any specific interest that you're like, I really like doing this or something?
Honestly, that's my problem. Like I don't really have anything like that because I've kind of been like sheltered growing up, so I didn't have like hobbies or stuff like that. But I'm thinking of like going into radiology tech maybe.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I would say like, just expose yourself to everything that interests you. What I do with my psych major is like I love social psychology, but I'm also doing clinical psychology. I'm doing like specifically like schizophrenia related lab, like something that I'm like, okay, which area of psychology that I am interested in. So I would say for you to like, are you undecided or do you have like a major like?
I'm in the health science major.
Okay. So like I would say like for one of my friends, she is also health science major, but she loves anatomy and she wants to be like a pediatrician in the future. So it's like it works out because she gets to learn a lot about the body. So I would say like everything like that is like there for you to discover within the biology field if you're still interested in it. I would say expose yourself to like see like go into different clubs and see like take classes that are like, oh, this is, I love to learn about this. So like and then after when you get to do that, you're like you go to the professor and you're like, can I like, is there any research you're doing? Can I like do something? So like get involved, but to say just expose yourself to everything that's like, that interests you, right? So inshallah, like, it gets, and by the end, by the time you're going to be junior, by the time you're going to be senior, you're going to look back, you're like, I'm so glad I decided, like I got to like think about it while I was a freshman. So it's a good, like, good worry to have. It's really nice. I'll come to you guys after. I'll give you guys some time to think. So we're gonna move on to this side. What's your name and what is the worry you have?
So like, my name's Asya, I'm a sophomore, and I think my worry would definitely just be my future in general. Like just making sure like, oh, okay, it's what I'm doing right now, like what I want to do, like trying to do shadowing and stuff.
Right.
But it's just like I'm always like second guessing everything.
No, true. It happens to all of us, right? Like when you're doing something, like you said, right? Like you're like, wait, is this the right way to go? Like, is there like, should I have done this? Should I have done that? Like we all have these big worries, and especially it's like if you guys see all of our worries, right? It's everything is future related. Like we're looking forward to something, but we don't know what is out there, right? But that's a really like all of us have that worry, so. Yeah, so inshallah, like, when it's just like, I just want you guys to like, think about all the words that we're talking about. And then when you come to the topic that we're going to talk about, it's going to make sense. You're like, Ya Allah, like, you're Al-Muhaymin, the fact that you're completely in control, it makes sense why, so that's a good word to have. We're going to move on. What's your name and what is the word that you have?
Assalamualaikum guys, my name is Maida and my worry is definitely very similar. It's definitely about my future and I'm just trying to gain some like political experience, find a job. So, yeah.
No, all of us have the same thing. Like, like when you are interested in something, how do you go about it? Like, who do you reach out to? Which professor do you email? And then if the professor doesn't email you back, you're like, wait a minute, like, what is happening? Or like reach out to doctors and stuff. But it's a lot of like, future related worries. All of us have it. So, we're all in the same boat, by the way. Like, all of us have worries and it's basically the same thing. So, okay, what's your name and what's the worry they have?
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Lisa. I think one of the biggest worries at the moment is like just like the whole process to apply to medical school, I guess.
Right.
And the extracurriculars and
Is there like, I feel like all of you guys are pre-med, but like just put up hands who are pre-med here. Okay, see, all of us are in the same boat.
It seems like a very daunting process and there's so many different aspects to it, so it's just a matter of managing everything.
Right. And you have to like look forward to what area that you want to like go into. Like, is it pediatric, surgeon, or there's a lot of things to explore, right? So yeah, like all of us have these big worries, and that's a really big worry, like when you think about it. All right, so, yes. What is your name and what is the one worry you have? You guys can like, whoever wants to go first.
Assalamualaikum everybody, my name is Nazia and my worry is like more temporary because since I'm just a freshman, back in high school I used to be at the top of my class, but here it's hard to maintain the classwork and the workload and everything. Like I'm falling behind in my classes and everything like that. And it's hard maintaining a social life and finding extracurriculars to do all at the same time. But inshallah, I know it'll get better, but right now
Right. Like inshallah, because I feel like when you guys come into the university, it's like it's a very like unknown field. You don't know where is everything. Like where do you find the right people? Where do you find the right friend, right? But at the end, like when you like get used to the environment and everything, it gets easier for you to like manage everything, right? So inshallah, like it's gonna get like it's gonna get like fixed, inshallah. All right. What's your name and what is the one where you have?
My name is Nana, and one of my worries is that like I'm not doing enough sometimes compared to other people my age. Like they're doing this and that, and then I'm not doing enough.
No, it makes sense because when I was a sophomore, when I used to hear people say, "Oh my gosh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not doing anything," right? But like, I feel like just take it as a motivation in a way where you're like, "Wait a minute, everybody's doing it, I want to do it too," you know? Instead of like trying to weigh it down, like trying to like let the thing weigh you down. Instead, just think about it as like, yeah, well, like everybody's doing it, I want to do something like that too. Like, you know, get it, like think of it as a motivation instead of like try to like, oh, I'm not doing anything, you know, like just try to make it like a motivational factor instead of like anything else. But yeah, so all of us had like shared our worries, right? All of us have these big worries, these small worries, anything that we think about, right? And I'm gonna give you guys the ending of my story. So what happened was I went to my professor and I asked her, I'm like, you know, so what happened was I told my mom about my worry. She couldn't help me. She was like, yeah, like it's gonna get better, try to focus on the next exam, right? And I was like, okay. And then I told my friend and she told me the same thing, right? But something in me, it didn't reassure me enough until I went to the professor, right? So I asked the professor, I'm like, what about the quiz? You know, like I did this quiz and I don't think, do we get partial grade and everything? And of course, she's the professor, right? She said, she's like, okay, you're gonna get partial grade. And then if you attend all the recitation, it's gonna count for one of the grade for the quiz, right? So what happened here was that I was worried about something. I asked someone who was in control of the situation, right? So let's say I asked my mom. I told my mom about my worry. She was not in control of the situation. She couldn't help me. Her reassurance didn't reassure my heart enough, right? Until I went to someone who had really complete control over the situation. She knew what was going on when I told her, oh, I'm worried about this, like I don't know about the quiz, right? She gave me reassurance. She's like, you know, you're gonna get partial credit if you got like, even if you got the answer wrong, if you did the process right, you'll still get partial credit. And then let's say when you like, you know, attend all of the lectures, you're gonna get like one like, you know, quiz mark for that, right? So I want you guys to think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name being Al-Muhaymin, right? What does Al-Muhaymin mean, right? So I want you guys to think about 3 of the things that I will like tell you guys, and that's what Al-Muhaymin means, right? So Al-Muhaymin means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is complete control, like he has complete control over everything. Second thing is that he has command over everything. So complete control, command, and then the third thing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protection, right? So Al-Muhaymin means that he has complete control, command, and protection, right? So Al-Muhaymin comes from the root word, like the Arabic word that like, you know, Al-Muhaymin stems from. Because if you guys take in Arabic, like I took it last semester, every single word has a root word. So let's say I'm saying like, you know, hope comes from a root word, right? So like Al-Muhaymin comes from the root word hamana, right? And then hamana, I'm gonna tell you guys, there's like 3 of the, like hamana means 3 things. And we're gonna like deep dive into what those mean, right? So Al-Muhaymin comes from the root word hamana, and then hamana means